The blade stopped 3 centimeters from the girl's throat. Commander Reeves didn't flinch. His arm held perfectly still, the ceremonial edge catching red light from twin suns bleeding through the throne room's crystalline ceiling. Every human soldier behind him had weapons raised. Every Velcor guard surrounding the obsidian throne had talons extended. One breath. One twitch. 43 lives would end before the echo faded. The alien queen sat motionless, her 4 eyes fixed on Reeves with an expression humans had never learned to read. Her daughter, barely chest-height of a commander, with skin like polished midnight and bioluminescent patterns pulsing along her arms. Protocol shattered, treaties ignored. She'd stopped in front of Private Chen, the youngest human in the delegation, and touched his chest with one slender finger. "This one," she'd said in flawless English, her voice like wind through crystal. "Mother, this one." That's when Reeves moved. Training overrode thought. Protect the delegation, neutralize threats. His blade sang from its sheath and found her throat in less than a second. Now the galaxy balanced on whether he pulled it back or pushed forward. Ambassador Corrin's voice cracked through the silence. "Commander, stand down." Sweat traced his temple despite the chamber's cold. The Velcor Empress rose with liquid grace, each movement deliberate. She stood 3 meters tall, her ceremonial crown a living thing of bone and light. When she spoke, every translator in the room struggled with frequencies beyond human hearing. "Lower your weapon, human commander. My daughter has chosen." "Chosen what?" Reeves' voice stayed level, professional. His blade didn't waver. "Stand down, Commander." "That's an order." Corrin stepped forward, his diplomatic robes rustling. Behind him, Private Chen stood frozen, his young face pale beneath regulation crew cut. 19 years old. 3 months in the Expeditionary Corps. He'd never fired a shot in combat. The Queen's secondary arms unfolded from her sides, palms open, a gesture of peace in Velcor culture, or preparation for attack. The species had never clarified which. "The blade grows heavy, yes? Your kind feel time differently. What seems brief to us must feel eternal to you." Reeves' shoulder burned. Lactic acid built in, muscles held too long. But he'd held targeting positions for 6 hours during the Kepler Station siege. He could hold this. "Explain the claim," Corrin said, his diplomatic training smoothing fear into formality. "Your message requested trade negotiations. Cultural exchange. You said nothing about choosing our personnel. Because you would not have come." The Queen descended 3 steps, her talons clicking on polished stone. "Your species guards its young warriors jealously. As do we." The Princess Reeves still didn't know her name, hadn't been briefed on royal children because intelligence said they never appeared at diplomatic functions, moved away from Chen. She circled behind the commander, close enough that he felt displacement of air against his neck. Training said never lose sight of a target. Training also said never take eyes off the primary threat. He chose the Queen. "Mother speaks truth," the girl said. 3 cycles we watched your ship approach. 3 cycles I searched faces in your transmissions. Your warriors with lined faces and dead eyes. Your diplomats with soft hands. Then him. She must have pointed at Chen. Reeves heard the private's breathing quicken. Young, afraid, but came anyway. "That is the one." "The one for what?" Reeves's arm began trembling microscopically. Decades of training held it mostly steady, but the blade's tip traced tiny circles in the air. "Commander, I'm ordering you, stay back, Ambassador." Reeves cut him off. Something was wrong. The Velcor guards hadn't moved to defend their princess. The Queen's posture radiated no aggression despite a blade at her daughter's throat. This was theater. A test. He lowered the weapon. The princess smiled with too many teeth. "Good. You learn fast." "Not like the Drexy. They stabbed first." She walked back to Chen and took his hand. The private's eyes went wide, but he didn't pull away. "What is your name, young warrior?" "Private Marcus Chen, ma'am." "Miss."
"Your Highness."
He looked desperately at Reeves. "He doesn't understand, Mother. None of them do." "They will. Commander Reeves, you may retain your weapon. My guards will stand ready. Ambassador Corrin, you may document this. These are acceptable terms for what follows." "What exactly follows, Your Majesty?" "The Keith Armada will reach this system in 47 of your hours. They will demand tribute. When we refuse, they will demonstrate their displeasure by glassing the outer colonies. 3 million of my people will die in the first hour." The Queen's voice carried no emotion, but her bioluminescent patterns shifted to colors humans had learned meant distress. "Then they will come for the throne world. For my daughter. For our genetic archives. For everything that makes us Velcor. The throne room went silent except for quiet hum of translator devices. Your intelligence didn't detect them, the Queen continued. Their stealth technology exceeds your sensors by 3 generations. We detected them 6 cycles ago. We sent the trade request because we needed you here. We needed humans. The princess squeezed Chen's hand. Because you are the only species that doesn't surrender. The only ones who fight when you should flee. The Ketheric studied 17 of your battles. Every one should have ended in retreat. Everyone ended in victory. She looked up at the young private. But you don't teach warfare to your young ones anymore, do you? Your veteran warriors are few. Most of your people never see combat. Chen found his voice. Ma'am, I've never been in a real fight. Training scenarios, yeah, but you came anyway, to another species world. Surrounded by beings who could tear you apart. You came because someone ordered you to come. That is the human gift. You fear, but you do not flee. Reeves resheathed his blade with a sharp click.
You want us to fight your war?
No, Commander. The Queen leaned forward, 4 eyes gleaming. We want to fight our war, but we need to remember how. The Velcor were warriors once, 7,000 years ago. Then we achieved peace. Prosperity, we forgot the old ways. Now death comes from the stars, and we have no teeth. Teach us, the princess said simply. Reeves looked at his delegation. 40 human soldiers, most of them veterans. Then at Chen, whose hand was still held by an alien child who'd just condemned them all. Ambassador, this is beyond trade negotiations. This requires authorization from command. The Ketheric arrive in 47 hours, Commander. Will authorization come in time?